Hello everyone, today I want to continue talking to you about MidIPlay, my open source project. The project in which I try to make all that MID files that ever existed into playable, scoreable, and rankable experiences for you to play on your computer, via keypad, or any MIDI-enabled instrument and device. Last time, I didn't even speak with you guys. I was just showing around some random development footage. You can find more about it in my itch.io page. Check the devlog tab, where I shared my thoughts on the track gameplay development. While you're at it, feel free to follow so you can stay up to date in our latest adventures and problem solving. Today, I want to go through the track picking process and what it means to this project. Much like block picking, track picking can be just as impractical. Let's think of the sheer magnitude of your choice. Your log might as well have an infinite amount of tumblers, especially for a game where we make any .mid file a different playthrough. This will definitely be a challenge. There are tracks from every era, every style, every genre, every difficulty, and every part of the globe. Call it your musical treasure hunt. Some people would say that limitations makes you creative. Talk about analysis paralysis. In this sense, like most games do, we can limit the beginner's experience by giving them an empty library. Except for maybe a handful of the classics that require no introduction as default tracks. The track body is the main content of a track. As an initial concept, it will come in two flavors. The .mid flavor is what you expect from any regular MIDI recording, and I'm really a fan of this one because I want to make sure that any user's download from the web is suitable and playable. This file option follows regular MIDI notation in a byte stream, a stream of notes on and notes off signals. And there are a lot of software that support editing these. The cover art for this one will always settle to the default, and this is just because the simple file format offers no other references for a custom cover art. But now, the .mid track file type is something else very different. As in the mid track, we can have different files inside it in a zip format. In the archive, one file will be mandatory though. A file with .mid extension, just like the one mentioned before, only containing MIDI data. But for the other files, expect information that compose the rest of the track and its content. Currently, it consists of the cover art and the metadata. I wanted the mid track to have a cover art, so we can make it more aesthetically pleasing, something reminiscent of a jukebox. Trying and getting that nostalgia to pop out. Aesthetics are everything, but for the core functionality of the library, metadata is a must. This will be a text file to help us customize tracks. It will be editable via any notepad. Most track-related links and file references can be updated there. We also store other curious information about the track, such as the creation date, difficulty, genre, artist, and author name. There are hashes present in the metadata as means of security, and the fingerprint behavior of the hash assures no spamming of known and owned tracks. Now, fast forward to the future, and you'll see that we have not one, but two places for storing amazing tracks. One locally that each player will extend and shrink as his learning and gaming goals change. In the local env, the player will be encouraged to tune into his inner MIDI sorcerer, to create his own custom tailored tracks and experiment to find best combinations of gameplay and sound. Then, once good content matures, He shall have a cloud space for sharing his discoveries and ability. You may be wondering, what's in the sky?
It's a bird!
We need to make the online community very welcoming and straightforward. To help that, let's differentiate between ranked tracks and unranked ones. Also, we need algorithms to help the track maintenance, to not only depend on human support, but use automated measuring methods for difficulty and playability. This will be the player stage, where one can perform and earn his bragging rights. A place to try and connect players to interact with different tracks and show off their highest of score points. I don't mean to disappoint you, so don't expect all of today's talk to be available on release though. We're going to slowly gravitate into implementing more and more costly cloud services for the community if we ever have the necessity. Otherwise, the user's machine will be our temple of choice for trusting its data and content. When displaying the tracks inside the game, we've got a couple of options. So far, one of my favorite ideas is to sort the tracks around in an arc or circle kind of shape. Otherwise, I could go for default list approach like Osu and Guitar Hero. Easy to grasp with simple and effective vertical or horizontal scrolling. But for the arc approach, this will also leave some space in the center of the screen. Get it? It arcs over it. That way I can put some of the currently hovered track information there. Information like the track name, artist and author, creation date, difficulty. This will definitely change as feedback comes in. Another thing that also implements is a folder-like structure. That's nice and all, but I think we may not need to go as far. I'm guessing we can be better off with filters, maybe some toggleable preset or options, but I need to make sure that they are just as easily accessible as the folder structures I mentioned. Now, going back to the metadata hash and the game track identification issue, why is this important? This is a minor concern, but I don't want people playing the same music again, but now with a different name. If one uploads a music from a given source, let it be the only one. An enchanting seal that makes sure that no tracks are alike. We can address that by checking the whole song, the intervals, no played, all the information of the track. And we represent all of that using a string of letters and numbers, as you know, a hash. Call it your musical fingerprint. I don't want to influence any content creation, of course, so if two songs share only 99% similarity, it will still be 100% valid. The point is that if a song is already shared across thousands of peers, we should try and avoid that multiple upload. Yeah, we've got ourselves a long road ahead that we can't be bothered rushing through. Soon, you'll be able to try this sweet new retro jukebox yourself. Hack together your own tracks into it. Share with your friends, and when the time finally comes, show off your virtuoso skills with rank scoring. And that, my friend, is the track picking adventure in a nutshell. We're combining creativity, community, and a sprinkle of technical wizardry to create a symphony of gaming delights. Get ready to dive into the MidIPlay universe.